We treat human history as a finished ledger. We assume the major chapters are settled, cataloged, and safely filed away in textbooks. In 1986, two workers digging a drainage ditch in China's Sichuan province hit a metallic object in the mud. What they pulled out belonged to a culture that defied every known academic record. They unearthed a massive bronze face. Its ears jutted sideways, and its eyes were mounted on cylindrical stalks extending 10 centimeters beyond their sockets, an aesthetic with zero parallels anywhere in East Asian archaeology. The builders of this site, known as Sansingdui, managed organized mining and smelted bronze with a skill matching ancient Egypt, yet they deliberately smashed and burned their own bronze masterpieces, burying them alongside hundreds of massive elephant tusks. Ancient China holds the most continuous, meticulously documented historical record on Earth. Scholars tracked wars, alliances, and tribute across the region for 3 millennia. But they never wrote a single character about Sansingdui, a Bronze Age empire of staggering wealth and technological capability existed for centuries in a highly documented region and was completely forgotten. If history can misplace an entire civilization, our timeline is far less secure than we admit. We are taught a rigid rule regarding human development. Hostile biomes prohibit large-scale societies. We expect extreme deserts and dense jungles to support nomadic bands focused entirely on survival. In southwestern Libya, the Sahara Desert experiences temperatures over 50 degrees Celsius and effectively zero annual rainfall. Yet the Garamontes maintained fortified towns and a population in the hundreds of thousands here for a millennium. They excavated over 600 subterranean tunnels, called fagaras, to tap an ancient fossil aquifer. Using precise gravitational slopes, they drew this water to the surface to irrigate crops. They thrived until the finite water, accumulated over millennia, finally ran dry. For 5 centuries, European explorers and historians looked at the Amazon rainforest and classified it exactly the same way: an untouched, hostile wilderness, incapable of supporting complex societies. In 2022, LiDAR scans pierced the canopy and proved them wrong. The lasers revealed massive urban settlements, complete with pyramidal platform mounds, vast reservoirs, and raised causeways stretching for kilometers through the jungle. These populations engineered the biome. The forest appears wild today only because imported European diseases decimated the population, long before colonists arrived to observe their advanced agricultural management. Another archaeological standard dictates that moving massive stones over vast distances demands either industrial technology or the vast labor force of a continent-spanning empire. At Nan Madol in Micronesia, 92 artificial islands sit on a coral reef in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. Its builders stacked massive basalt columns, some weighing 50 tons, into interlocking walls, with the nearest basalt quarry located miles away across open water. Decades of experimental archaeology, using traditional rollers and canoes, have failed to replicate the transport of these multi-ton stones at this scale. The descendants of the builders maintain a single explanation: they used magic to make the stones fly. High in the Colombian mountains, the Tirana civilization built Ciudad Perdida 650 years before the Inca laid the stones of Machu Picchu. The visible terraces are only a fraction of the achievement. Beneath the surface, the builders constructed complex stone-lined drainage channels designed to prevent erosion on the steep slopes, protecting the city from over 2,000 millimeters of annual rainfall. These structures have remained perfectly intact for over a millennium. Ancient engineering frequently relied on a hyper-localized mastery of physics and geology that modern science struggles to replicate. The traditional model of historical governance is simple. If an ancient society builds a massive, standardized city, it requires centralized power: an autocratic ruler, a monumental palace, and an army to enforce order. 4.5 millennia ago, the Indus Valley city of Mohenjo-Daro housed roughly 40,000 people. Private homes featured individual wells and indoor bathrooms, connected to a covered sewage system running beneath the streets. Their civil engineering was flawless. Across 1,000 kilometers of territory and hundreds of settlements, their builders used bricks fired to an exact 1:2:4 ratio. Yet, after a century of excavation across this vast region, archaeologists have found no monumental statues of a ruler, no throne rooms, no military weapons caches, and no central state apparatus. We know exactly what ancient power usually looks like. Contemporary with the Indus Valley, the city of Shimao in northern China operated around a huge stepped stone pyramid built for absolute authority. The base of Shimao's eastern gate was deliberately constructed on top of pits containing the skulls of 70 young women, captives brought from a different region to serve as foundation offerings. A brutal pyramid-building empire fits perfectly within our accepted historical models, but a civilization of millions operating flawlessly with standardized urban plumbing and zero evidence of autocracy or war for 700 years contradicts every assumption we have about human governance. Of all the rules of human development, the chronological sequence is the most rigid. Survival requires farming. Farming provides surplus food, allowing permanent settlements. Settlements evolve into cities, and organized cities eventually produce complex religion. In 1994, a Kurdish shepherd noticed a strangely carved stone perched. Excavations at Göbekli Tepe revealed circular enclosures made of 15-ton limestone pillars, radiocarbon dated to roughly 12,000 years ago. Based on 2 centuries of archaeological consensus, humans living in 10,000 BCE were strictly nomadic hunter-gatherers. They did not possess domesticated crops, permanent architecture, or even pottery. Quarrying, carving, and moving these stones required a coordinated workforce of at least 500 people. Organizing and feeding that many laborers in one location requires an agricultural surplus, suggesting they developed early farming specifically to support this construction. The builders did not simply abandon their cathedral. They spent an enormous amount of labor to meticulously fill the enclosures with rubble, earth, and animal bones, intentionally sealing their creation underground. Göbekli Tepe inverts the timeline. The desire for a sacred space came first. The demands of building that space pushed humanity toward agriculture and settlement long before the builders chose to erase their monumental work from the surface. Societies with advanced infrastructure can disappear with stunning speed. Sometime around 1600 BCE, the Minoan settlement of Akrotiri, boasting multi-story buildings and vivid frescoes, was abruptly swallowed by 36 kilometers of volcanic ash. In El Salvador, the ordinary Maya farming village of Hoya de Seren suffered a similar fate in 600 CE. Volcanic ash fell so fast the residents had roughly an hour to flee, preserving their agricultural ridges and growing maize exactly where they left it. The residents of both settlements escaped. They left behind perfectly intact snapshots of their daily lives, frozen at the precise minute they had to drop everything and run, disappearing into the surrounding landscape. We mistake our textbooks for a comprehensive ledger of humanity. They are merely a provisional tally of the civilizations the Earth has momentarily allowed us to uncover. The ground is full of secrets we haven't looked for. The next discovery to rewrite our understanding of who we are and where we come from is likely resting right beneath our feet, waiting for a passing laser, a rusted shovel, or a curious shepherd to bring it back into the light.
Where the prehistorical temples discovered in Turkey built before agriculture. So please guys, answer my question. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye and take care. And this question is very simple but very hard. So try this my question answer. And first of all, thank you so much for watching this my video. So goodbye and take care.